Hello YouTube, my name is Agent Omega and I do things. Today we are taking a look at my entry for Mumbo Jumbo's Slime Army contest slash challenge. Before we begin, I wanted to apologize for, sort of the delay in content. The 28th was actually my birthday. I share a birthday with Markiplier. That's pretty cool. So my parents came up this weekend. We had a big whole thing going on. We baked a freaking awesome cheesecake and stuff like that. But of course that meant that I didn't really have a whole lot of time this weekend to work on stuff. And I had this huge idea for sort of what I could do for this contest. And unfortunately, I realized that I'm not that great at slime blocks. But then again, who is? Ilmango, actually. I used a lot of Ilmango's video for my sort of basis, so I'll be leaving a link to that in the description if you want to find out more about flying machine contraptions, and I'll also be explaining mine as we go along. But basically, I just feel lately like I either save these challenges for sort of the last minute, or something comes up and my schedule changes. And I just don't have enough time to sort of put the finishing touches on whatever it is I'm building. And, that also kind of happened in the Redstone inside Redstone challenge, because, I just feel like there were little bits and bobs that I could have polished, and, just really completed. With all of that out of the way, let us take a look at this. This should give you an idea of what my inspiration was. Originally, I was going to make a flying machine submarine, and I was going to call it Subocactoni. But because I am rather bad at slime machines, and I couldn't exactly make this sort of perfect coverage on the front, and, I also really don't have a back, we instead have Bumbo Slimetoni, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Bumbo Slimetoni. Isn't that just incredibly goofy? But this thing does in fact work, despite how compact it looks. So, if we go ahead and ignite this one here, you can see it takes off. And it's rather fast, too. I mean, it's all powered by observers, because I couldn't figure out how to make bud powering work in a consistent manner. So I'll probably end up trying to revamp this at a later date, but I have definitely learned a whole heck of a lot of slime block mechanics as a result of this particular project. So let's go ahead and take a look at the drive mechanism and how everything is working, and then I'll ignite it again, and you can see that I've placed another obsidian way down there just to be able to illustrate how this thing works in motion. So, up front, the mustache, and some of the blocks back here are actually the drive system. Those are kind of based off of a rather compact observer-based slime machine, wherein, normally you'd just have two observers instead of three, and they're sort of diagonally opposite each other. You've got the slime block there, you've got a slime block under here, I believe. And the reason this all works, even though it probably doesn't look like it should, is that these glazed terracotta blocks obviously don't count toward the push limit. These slime blocks number 7, so plus this observer is 8, plus this piston is 9. Now, I'm not sure which one of these gets priority when it comes to claiming this piston, so I just, for all intents and purposes, kind of assumed that there were going to just be take the maximum just for safety reasons. So I kind of operated under the assumption that both sides of the mustache each counted as 9. Now back here, you can see we've got another part of our drive mechanism. We've got an observer and a piston, so that brings us up to 11 on this side. This actually pulls this little mechanism here, which is responsible for driving the teeth and these three black concrete blocks. This one in the middle is actually attached to the back half of our initial drive system. So let's take a look at that really quick, because we already sort of covered the bottom flow. Now, this is going to be really weird because it is all super compact and stuff. Like I said, these slime blocks are all for the concrete and also to push these. Glazed terracotta can actually be pushed. They just don't stick to slime blocks. So that's how I'm able to put that into the system. The drive system consists of the observer block, of course. You've got 2 pistons on either side, 1 for each half of the mustache. And then you've also got this black block, which is linked up to the system. So right there, we've got 5 in our push limit. Then we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This piston pulls this middle bit. And it has 3 slime blocks and several pistons and observers attached. Now, the forward-facing pistons actually push the eyeballs. The back-facing pistons push these sort of extensions, and those are responsible for pushing these cheek blocks. This one was a little bit strange because I wanted to make sure that this section didn't collide with this section, and I was also kind of getting really close to push limits in places. This, as you can see, is already sort of close. We've got 3, 5, 8 slime blocks, and we have an additional 3 blocks for 11. So it just got really close. And again, I also had to worry about, trying to fit all of this stuff in. But then I remembered that, oh yeah, we can just put glazed terracotta to sort of fill it in, and as long as this whole structure is less than 12, we're good to go. So we have 10, including the slime blocks, and 8 of the glazed terracotta. Over on this side, it's a lot more simple because, we don't have this bit coming out of the mustache. We just push the cheek itself. So we have, 4 terracotta blocks and 2 slime, and that is how that all works. Now, let's just go ahead and take a look at that in motion once more. So you can see that the mustache is clearly the driving factor. I have no idea how I kind of managed to make the teeth and the teeth and the black bit move as smoothly as it did. The one thing that I would really like to fix is this little one here, because it sort of like oscillates. But in retrospect, I realized that because it's part of the drive system itself, that's going to be rather hard to modify, I suppose. Yeah, and the thing is, we don't want it to slide back, because then I think we'll start getting into push limit issues over here, and that's not very great. While I'm staring at this, let me just count up really quick. So, we have the 2 teeth. We have 3 of these things here, so that's 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, 12. Yes, okay. If it weren't for that, I would say maybe we could just put another block in here. Not a slime block, like a glazed terracotta block or something like that. And then just... No, that wouldn't work. So, I think the system as it is probably the best I'm going to get for my novice levels. But even so, I still think that the shape came out fairly decently, and we do have a good number of components that are all sort of tightly packed. So I think as a first exercise in flying machine construction, well, not a first exercise because clearly I've made elevators before, but a first exercise in a more complex slime machine, this was a great success. Even if it's not as complicated as, like some of the robo-walkers and all that junk, it's definitely got that sort of goofy, Bumbo Cactoni style. I mean, look at that. We've even got teeth. So I think I've sort of personally nailed my own goals for this challenge. With that, I will be resuming Nature's Beauty on Saturday, probably, because I've got plans on July 4th. And There is another series that I'm going to be starting up soon, I think. Basically, I just need to knuckle down and write a couple of custom books in the particular mod pack that it's going to be for, and then we'll have an episode 0. Another thing that I might or might not have mentioned last time is that I do also intend to do sort of a dramatic reading / let's play of the Lone Wolf Choose Your Own Adventure series, so please look forward to that. And in the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you want to see more of this stuff, please click that subscribe button and click the bell to be notified. And if you have any comments about this episode or future episodes, stuff you want to see, then please leave that in the comment section. And with that, I will catch you on the flip side. Thanks for watching.